Oh, hey, we're live. Okay. I had to reboot my computer because it wasn't recognizing my microphone, which was annoying. It was very annoying. So I would have been on a lot sooner, but now everyone's gone to bed or they're watching TV. Homestead How's got a live right now with Anthony Chafee. They've been going over an hour, but so everyone's in there. So there's going to be nobody is going to show up because my microphone wasn't working and I wasn't going to go on here using my iPhone microphone. It would have sounded terrible. And so I had to reboot my machine so that I could get my Yeti microphone, my Yeti Nano by Blue working so that you could have this amazing audio. Cindy, how are you? So I was wrong. At least one person has shown up. Cindy, thank you so much for being here. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I don't know if you watched it. Maybe you were in one of the other chat rooms. We had Christy, we had Aaron, we had Nicole, we had Ellie, and they were just goofing off for 2 hours. It was hilarious. And so I was like, okay, well, I'd like to do a live right after so we could keep goofing off. And then my mic wouldn't work and I had to reboot and it was a mess. Bruce, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Cindy says she's good. I'm good. I've got this picture pulled up. This is my little town that I live in, little Harlan, Iowa. This was last March. We had a quick little snowstorm on a Sunday morning. In fact, that's the sign to my church. Oh, everything's backwards right there. Fresh Encounter. The church is back behind those trees. All right, Matthew's here. How you doing, Matthew? I was talking to Renee. She's really looking forward to our next conspiracy stream. So we have to make that happen at some point. Oh, you know what? I don't have my ring light on. Is that going to help her? Whoa. Oh my gosh. It's the sun. There we go. That's a little better. I don't know if that's better or not. Let's see here. I came into the one after church. I was glad when they decided to keep going. I know, right? They were having fun and I was hilarious. And it's like, we had so much fun last night. It was like, okay, well, maybe I could do another one. Maybe it'll be hilariously fun again to hang out. But then I had to reboot because my mic wasn't working. I mean, I was working. This mic was working, but this mic wasn't working. It was working, but it wasn't showing up in the system. So I had to reboot the whole thing. And so 20 minutes later, here we are. I was on live with Anita, Kenogenic Woman. Nice. From 7 to 8. Well, cool. I'll have to watch the replay. I'm not big on watching replays, to be honest with you, because I like hanging out in the chat and goofing off with the people while whoever's on talks and stuff. And maybe they show my comment now and then. So it's all that. Yeah, Matthew, I think what Sean was saying was December, right? So, I mean, it's already November 19th, so it won't be that long, right? Hey, running top 12, beautiful background. Thank you. So I took this myself. I was driving to church last March and the roads weren't too bad. And so I was easing up to the stop sign. And so I took out my phone and took it through my windshield. But it was still snowing. You can see there's the water tower for the town. It was a good morning. It was a quick 3 inches of snow. It was gone by noon mostly. But I was here in February. We got 6-inch snow. That was nice. And then that next morning it got down to like 2 below zero or something. And we do have a slight chance for snow Friday night and Saturday after Thanksgiving. So you know what? I love snow too. It's my favorite. I used to be a weatherman, and the reason why I became a weatherman because I love weather. And my favorite weather is snow. And then my second favorite weather would be thunderstorms, probably, as long as the big hail doesn't, hurt anybody. But the largest hail I've ever seen is softball-sized hail. It's amazing. Scary, but it was amazing. So yeah, snow is my favorite. I'm looking forward to my first real Midwest winter because everywhere I've lived before, I grew up in Oregon. It was always raining and never snowing. And so I was so frustrated by that. And then I moved to Roswell, New Mexico. We had some snowy winters in Roswell. And we had some not so snowy winters in Roswell. And the same when I moved to Lubbock, we've had some snowy winters in Lubbock and mostly not so snowy winters in Lubbock. Let's see here. I can't stay. I'm in going to class soon. All right. Well, Matthew, it is Monday there, so I get it. Life goes on, and you guys don't have Thanksgiving, so it's not a short week for y'all. So have fun, man. Thanks for popping in. I don't like loud clubs of thunder. So now, so you used to. So that's kind of like me and climbing trees. I used to love to climb trees. Not so much now. Susan. Hey, Susan. I wish you were here. You could sing a song for us or something. That would be so good. All right, here's Bruce. I get frustrated watching replays of lives because they always say something I'd have loved to comment on. Exactly. That's the point of live. Now, there was a premiere today. Semi-retired Bob had me on. He interviewed me earlier in the week, and he did a premiere of it today. So that was fun. I was in the premiere while it was playing. That's the definition. I was beside myself. Isn't that the definition of beside yourself? My husband and I moved to New Hampshire to Kentucky. So tired of snow. Love thunderstorms. Well, in New Hampshire, you probably get some thunder snow once in a while. It's like, I know New Hampshire gets a lot of snow and it gets very cold. So I get that. And Kentucky gets a fair amount of snow. And I spent a week in Lexington for a business trip I was on, and it was beautiful. I loved Lexington. It was so beautiful. All right, man. See you, Matthew. Let's see here. He's laughing at my comments about I might have said, did I say South Africa? I might have. He's in Indonesia. I get people mixed up sometimes. I'm mixed up a little bit. Now it's kind of what keeps things fun. All right. So anyway, Bold's in Indonesia, which it's tomorrow already. So, and they don't have Thanksgiving in Indonesia that I know of. All right. But Bruce, I need watch hours. Right. We need the watch hours. So I was watching Christy and Aaron and Ellie and Nicole. And so they were getting on me because YouTube showed me Aaron's stream. So I jumped on Aaron's stream and I was kind of the only one in there for a while. And then Renee showed up and then she was bouncing around. So I didn't bounce around. I just stayed in Aaron's. And they were getting on me for not bouncing around. I was like, well, how come I don't get watch hours for watching? Isn't that the definition of watch hours? All right, fine. Sometimes when we touch, you're about a half hour from Lexington, no doubt. Well, then you may know this place that I'm talking to. If I can remember enough details to help you triangulate it. It's out in the country. It's an old house, like a historical house, but they did serve us dinner there. And the grounds were just gorgeous. And I don't know how many acres it was, next to a horse farm, go figure, in Lexington. And so they took us out there for dinner. I was there. We were being hosted by the local, what's it called? By the local food bank, because I worked at Breed Love Dehydrated Foods, which was a part of the South Plains Food Bank. And I was marketing for them at the time. And so we used to go on business trips there. So fun. And so whatever that old house is, maybe that was enough to go on. There's probably a lot of those, though. Cindy was just about to watch a replay of your interview of it when Mike's love pot. It's my fault. It's my fault, Cindy. I'm so sorry. He was going to watch it, and then I showed up, and he popped in here. I mean, we don't have to stay on long. Yeah, sounds like it would have been great, but not sure where that is. I wish I had more information. It was a long time ago. It was probably 2003. So what, 20 years ago? So, and I probably knew the place when I was there, but I can't remember the name of it now. Had big tapestries on the wall. It was really old. It was a cool place. Thanks, Bruce. Now you have to do it. I took your watch hours. I know. I owe you watch hours, Cindy. Now I'll have to, when I go to bed, I'll just play it and I'll go to bed and you'll get the watch hours. Let's see here. My sister said it was an excellent interview. Well, that's good. And we get to know you better, Cindy. So that's nice. Um, let's see if I was trying to find different backgrounds. This is the one I had last time. This was just a couple weeks ago outside my door here. We've got some really cool trees. Obviously, that's the best one. It was great. And then I went to the local lake, and this isn't even my best picture, but I don't, for some reason I chose that. And then this was last spring. I could see the aurora borealis from my driveway. There was a solar flare, a coronal mass ejection, and I was really shocked. So people on YouTube were putting pictures of the aurora, like in Nebraska, and some people in Iowa, and I was like, went out and I couldn't see it. And then I took out my phone and took a long exposure picture, and that's what I got. And I was like, oh, it's not really visible by the naked eye. You have to take a long exposure photograph to see it. So that's how that one worked. But this picture turned out really cool. They actually used it on Weather Now. Is that what this? Anyway, yeah. So what kind of setup do I have? It's really not great, to be honest with you. But here's what I have. I have my Mac Mini. I have an M1 Mac Mini. So that is good. I really like it. I have a nice monitor. I have a double wide LG. So it's basically two 1080p monitors in one. So it's the extra wide one. I have a ring light over here that's plugged into the Mini. So it just runs off a USB. And then I have my closet light on over here. And then this is just a solid wall. It's a blue-green background. And so the software I'm using is called Camo. And I'm using my iPhone 13 mini as the web camera. It's plugged through the Camo Studio Pro, which I pay a little bit for. It's like $50 a year or something. And with that, I can replace the background, but only on iPhones, not Androids. Go figure. And so so I can change the background to whatever I want. And then my microphone is the Yeti Mini by Blue Yeti. Yeah, Mini, I think it's called. It's under $100. So that's kind of my setup. The audio sounds great on these USB microphones. There are better mics, but this is adequate. iPhone has a great camera. This is a really good webcam. Better than most webcams, although not as good as a DSLR or a mirrorless. The Camo software works really well, so I would recommend that, especially if you have a Mac. I think it runs on Windows though too. And I think that's it. And then the ring light. I do need better lighting. I really do. It's a little better when the sun's up. I have a small window over here that helps. All right. Heck yeah, Mike. Most of our lives are on a playlist. Set it and forget it. That's right. Yep. Sharing the love on the watch time. Gorgeous. Well, thank you. Yeah, it was I do take pictures. I like to take pictures. I'm kind of an amateur photographer. And so I like I've actually sold one professionally. Does that count? Let's see if I can find something else that I've taken, if it'll be easy to find. That's the problem. If I go over, it won't let me pull up my my favorites folder. If I could do that, it would be fast, but I could search for sunsets. Let me just do the sunsets. And let me pull something up from Arizona. Was a target rich environment. It really was. Although Lubbock, Texas has great sunsets too. I think this one will be good. Let's try this first. Here we go. It's going to take a minute to load. It's going to take 10 minutes to load. Hey, Cindy, just subscribe to your channel. Let's see here. Cindy tried watching your story on Anita's channel today, but had computer problems. You are still a mystery to me. All right, this is not working. It's not pulling these up. Well, I just thought I was going to show off some photos tonight. Never mind. Let's see here. Thank you, Susan. So you have an Android, Bruce? So I was using, this is my Pixel 7 Pro, and I was using that as my webcam. The only thing about it with the Android and the camo is you can't replace the background. Now, some people would say for a professional setup, you don't want to do this. It's kind of jicky. You see how the outline of, if I move my head, you can see the halo. It's not super professional. It's not like a real good green screen. So people would say if you want a professional setup or studio, not to use the fake backgrounds anyway. I kind of like it. I don't care. We're just goofing off anyway. Catch the replay. It went well. I plan to, perhaps during my AM exercise. All right, I'm going to do dramatic readings on our comments tonight. I'm going to try and pull up these photos because I really like this one too, but it's not letting me do it. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I wish I could sing. I really do. I'm okay, but I wish I was a good singer. That would be nice. I'm trying to think. There's probably another way to show these, but I kind of wanted to use them as backgrounds. I can share my screen though. Let me pull up some of my favorite photographs because I do want to show you some of this stuff because it's pretty fun. And like I said, I'm kind of proud of some of these shots. So let me go to my favorites folder and I can show you full screen some of this stuff. Oh, did you like that, Cindy? Thank you. I can't tell you why. Let me share this. See if it'll let me. Share the screen and then choose. What? It has to be in a Chrome. It has to be in Chrome. Okay, well, maybe. Let me see. And let me try something else. Video file? No, that's not going to work. Sorry about this. I'll figure this out. I'm going to open it in Chrome and do it that way. So how you guys doing tonight? What's going on? 70s songs coming to your mind tonight? So I tell you what, Susan, here's what happens. And since you're musically reclined, I bet this happens to you too. There is a song in my head all the time. And when I'm going throughout my day, I'll read something or I'll hear something or I'll see something or I'll think something and it changes the channel all day long. And I'm singing all the time too, just going through whatever I'm doing. And I was going into a meeting or was in a meeting and I was singing something random. I wasn't even thinking about it. And someone goes, well, Mike, not everyone has a song in their head all the time. And I was like, what? What? Say that again? Not everyone has a song in their head all the time? It blew my mind. I thought everyone had a song in their head all the time. So that was interesting. So that's that story. Let's see here. Here's a picture I took of my church sign. Let me show this to you. I really liked this one. All right, you ready? There it is. Look at that. Let me take it full. And will it go full screen? No, it's just pulling. I can make it bigger. No, wait. That one, nope. This one, nope. That one, nope. Here it is. Wow, I thought it'd be bigger than that. All right, well, there you go. So let's see, I streamed it on my channel also. Yeah, I love that feature. That's the thing about StreamYard. They really they really hit it out of the park, giving you the ability to stream on your channel as well as the person who's hosting. So it's really cool. I like that a lot. All right, next picture. Oops, add to the stage. So that's the one I had as my background. That's the actual picture. Okay, that was exciting. I'll get to the good ones here. I'm saving them. Hang on. Let's see. All right, storm chasing. You want to see this one? This is kind of cool. So, yes, I paid for that to happen, no doubt. 25 bucks a month, baby. That's the truth. Um, so this was a couple years ago outside of Lubbock. There was a supercell that formed near sundown, and it was after work. So after work, I went and chased the storm, and so I got that picture. This is kind of my favorite of the batch, but let's see, which way are we going? Oh, that was the cold. This was the famous cold snap in Texas. It was below freezing for 10 days, which is pretty unusual. All right, so there's that. So that's the same storm. Um, later in the afternoon, and then later in the afternoon, we had some Amatis, and then that's the storm by itself. It was just it never dropped a tornado. We got close. And then that was the Mamatus at sunset. Just really cool. All right, so let's answer Bruce's question. StreamYard. So the way I go live, actually I have two programs. One's called Ecamm. If you have a Mac, Ecamm Live, it's 40 bucks a month. It does more. Well, you can argue it. They both have different features. Um, I like Ecamm for some stuff for recording. Live stream is a way to live stream to your YouTube channel or your Facebook channel. I think maybe Instagram. I'm not positive. I only do YouTube. I do have a way to hook it to Facebook, and so it's very handy. And the way everyone in the carnivore community uses live stream, because if let's say you have a StreamYard, so if you had a StreamYard and I have a StreamYard and you and I are going to be on a show, maybe I'm hosting it. And so I would create the live stream ahead of time. And then I would send you a link, and then you would come into my StreamYard and you would be able to set up your thumbnail, and people could see that it was coming up on your channel. They could see it was coming up on my channel, and then they could watch it on either channel. You know how that goes. And so that's StreamYard is the only one that does that I'm aware of. So yeah, it's the live streaming service that we all use. And so yeah, I mean, if you're gonna live stream, and it's pretty good for recording too. Not as good for me, maybe because my internet's not great. But you can also record, and you can keep these elements down here. Not, of course, you're not going to have chat responses on a record, but like my little Mike Shaw TV thing here. And you can customize that, different colors, different fonts and stuff, and you can use it or not. And so there's lots of different things you can do. And then you can, instead of doing a live stream, you can do a record, and it records it in the cloud. And the difference, Ecamm Live, you can record really easily in 1080p is one reason why I prefer it. With StreamYard, I'm usually getting 720p, which uploads faster. And I don't know that especially a talking head, 720p is probably fine. But I do prefer the 1080p most of the time. All right, so this was a trip to Sedona. Yeah, Sedona. It's like, I don't know. It's nothing special about that shot, I don't think. It was fun. It was a fun trip. Sedona is just beautiful. All right, what do we got here? Simpson. So that pic of the frozen pond, the lake just froze, right? Right up. The ducks didn't die. They flew away and took the whole lake right then. Today, steer. I hear that lake is somewhere over in Georgia. Really? Wow. They flew away and took the whole lake with them? Oh, okay. You're okay. I see what you're doing there. Yeah, I think that might be a true story. Let me go back to that picture. I love that picture. It was the background of my phone for a long time. I can't find it. Where'd it go? It's weird. I lost it. Well, let me show you a related. Not a related. I'll show you one of my latest. This I took with my Pixel 7a at my mailbox. It was just spring morning after a morning rain, and then the heavens were, oh, and I actually used magic eraser. There was a mailbox and a road sign, and I used magic eraser to take them off. Yeah, while we're live streaming on StreamYard, you can also record it. So what you do is you're on with someone, and I'm live right now, but it's also recording in the cloud. And so when I'm done, if I wanted to download it and take clips of it, edit clips out, and upload those as clips, I could do that as well. So I really love StreamYard quite a bit. So I like your little story. I just couldn't find that picture again. I never watched Fried Green Tomatoes. I did not. Okay, so that explains it. It was just completely out of context for me. Yeah, there we go. Nope, never watched Fried Green Tomatoes. I was doing this last night too. I was responding to chats without putting them up. But practice makes perfect. So, I'm glad there's 5 of us in here tonight. That's fun. All right, you ready for some real good? Well, real good. These are Arizona pictures, target rich environment. This is the only print I've ever sold. That was taken near, what's the name of the trail? Pima Canyon Trail in Oro Valley near Tucson. That was a mile from my apartment. I used to hike up there all the time and sit at this particular place. There were lots of different views I could take. And, yeah, that was one of my favorite ones. That was in October, like 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago, more like 6 or 7. This one was rather dramatic. I'm glad you like that one, Bruce. So this one, same area, is a little different, down a different street. And it was just amazing that the whole sky was on fire. It was crazy. And, it's like being a photographer, if you know the rule of thirds and stuff, and I'm not a great photographer, obviously, but I'm okay. I have a good eye. But I always say God does the hard work. I just point and shoot. All right. So Becky never watched Fried Green Tomatoes either. So we got an oh wow from Bruce. That was on the last picture. Susan, beautiful on this one. And then Cindy has some awesome sunset pics. Made them in a video clip on my channel. I'm going to go check that out. I will check that out at some point. I just love photography. And so this picture that I just showed was actually taken. I had a Sony camera, a little A5100, but man, that thing took some cool pictures. Now I had a hummingbird feeder on my deck, and I had a rubber tree that I would hide behind, and I would wait for a beautiful sunset for the background. And then I'd get hummingbirds come into my hummingbird feeder. So some of these turned out cool. So that's one of those. Let's see here. What else we got? What else do we have? We've got. That's we have got. Seriously? Okay. I don't know. Have you ever been to Tucson? Tucson's really unique in that, Tucson itself is at 2,400 feet above sea level. So it gets really hot in the summer, and you can drive 1 hour. 1 hour you can drive and be at 9,000 feet, and in the winter you get lots of snow, and it looks like this. This was like an October day. You can see the clouds moving. This is a short video clip I took, probably with an iPhone or an Android. I'm not sure which one. And that's up at the top of Mount Lemon, a 30-second clip. Yeah. So that was fun. Let's see. Yeah. So thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Susan. All right. What else do I have? That's a sun pillar. You guys want to meet my grandma? Oops, cancel. It's wanting to update my software. This, my friends, is my late great Sicilian grandma, Josephina. She was born in Sicily. She's the one who taught me how to make the sauce. I don't know how old she was there. She was probably approaching 90. She died when she was 94, and she was in good health up until she had her brain aneurysm. She was gardening when it happened. So it's like, she was amazing. She used to walk every day. She did believe the low fat stuff though, which is kind of sad. I think this one's pretty good to share. I don't know how I caught the lightning, but that was off my deck. I had this beautiful, I lived for 15 years. I lived at a 3rd-story apartment, overlooked Oro Valley to the Tortolita Mountains. That's this view straight ahead, straight north. And then to my right, east of me was Push Peak. So I had a mountain across the street, and I have some really good shots of that. I'll show you here. Let me give you a couple of my Push Peak. They're kind of dramatic if I can find them. Yeah, here we go. So this was one morning. Just again from my deck across the street. Woke up one morning. That's what I got. And then I think this was a week or two later. Are you kidding me? It was like I said, Tucson was a target-rich environment. I don't know. I kind of miss it in a way. There was the hiking there was amazing. And in fact, here's where I used to hike a lot. This is Linda Vista Loop. Oh, you messaged them to me? Thank you, Cindy. So that was Linda Vista Loop. If you look real close on the saguaros, you can see the blossoms. So this was late spring. And the saguaro is the state flower of Arizona. So I know I'm boring some people. Did you guys want to talk carnivore or anything? I'm not sure what I have to update. I've lost a few more pounds. So I started at 231 90 days ago. And then I got down to, I'm trying to remember, what did I get down to? 219 kind of stalled out at 219. And then I dropped 2 more down to 217. I got down to 215 yesterday morning. So down 16 pounds is the best I've done so far. Yeah. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah. I appreciate that. Like I said, God does the hard work. I just point and shoot. And so I don't know if it's too soon to tell if I'm going to weight stall or not. And if I cheat on Thanksgiving, I don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to be, thanks, Cindy. Oops, there it went. Thanks, Cindy. So I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to gain 5 pounds and then lose it quickly and more, where it'll spur more weight loss? Or should I not cheat and just, stick with, because I feel great. I really do. I know. So don't cheat. Right. It's my choice. I know. I shouldn't fret about it out loud. You guys want to see a funny picture? This is hilarious. Let's see here. So this is a lesson in be careful what you wear to work. So that was my camel hair jacket with that ugly purple tie. And then, of course, I had my stupid mustache. And this was when George W. Bush was running for, I think he was running for governor of Texas at the time. This was early 90s. He came by the studio for an interview. I didn't get to interview him. I was doing the weather that morning, but I got to meet him. We had a really nice discussion. I can't remember about what. Oh, okay. Look at that. I forgot to take it down. Those are some of my pictures. That's my son back when he was like 10. and my dog Popcorn. She was a rescue. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. There's Push Peak across the street. You can see how brown it would get in the summertime. And then we had a springtime, I guess, thunderstorm to the west and a nice rainbow. So that happened. These are just in my favorites folder. I could bore you all day with this stuff. Which we've lost a couple people, so that's probably why. So anyway, so yeah, so don't cheat. I guess it's a decision I've probably already made because um, in order to not cheat, you have to be determined not to cheat. And if there's really any wavering in your mind going into the situation, at least for me, I'm probably going to cheat. So I'm probably going to have some pumpkin pie, probably going to have some mashed potatoes and gravy, probably going to have some stuffing with gravy. And yeah. So anyway, thanks for putting up with that. Let's see here. My husband and I are going to my niece's Thursday. She's keto. All right. Her husband and kids are not. He does all the cooking. Well, that'll be kind of like Susan. If Susan's still here, she was telling me last night, she's hosting. And so she's making a lot of keto dishes. And so she can do that since she's hosting. I don't know if I've ever hosted Thanksgiving. I have made turkey a couple years. Um, Hosting, I don't know for sure. My son was over. I used to have him on the weekends before they moved to Dallas. So we were all living in Lubbock. And so I would have him every other weekend, I think is right. And so one Thanksgiving, I made Thanksgiving. I had my girlfriend and him were over. I can't remember if Amber came over or not. Amber's my redheaded stepchild. It's funny. But I love Amber. And so she might have come over too. I can't remember. I used to pick them both up from school and then we would do stuff. This is an automated GIF from a thunderstorm that was north of my deck. So this was a burst photo and it was frequent lightning. I mean, that's not sped up or anything. It's not a time lapse. That's how it looked. It was really cool. Arizona has amazing lightning. Susan's here. Yay. So yeah, Susan's making the keto Thanksgiving, which is pretty amazing. And she's a very good cook from what I can tell. So that's going to be great. So that's the best way to stay on track, right? Is make your own Thanksgiving. Let's see. I'll eat turkey ham, made the keto fudge, 5 kinds, and a keto stuffing. That sounds awesome. Actually, I'm not hosting. Oh, okay, but cooking keto food to take to your daughters. That's kind of like hosting in a way, but you're helping her out. But yeah, that's cool. So she's hosting, which is great. You're bringing the food, which she loves. Everyone's going to love. So that's really good. Bruce dropped about 30 pounds earlier this year. I noticed that I might gain a pound or two initially after cheating, but it seemed to drop dramatically after getting back on track. So I've heard this probably from you. You know, Greg has said the same thing. And I think he was talking to Brian. I don't know if Brian had the same experience, but I've heard that. And so it's one reason why I want to try it, you know, and have a little pumpkin pie and not be as awkward with my friends and have a little bit of, Aunt Marge's, whatever they pumpkin pie or whatever it's going to be. So yeah, I want to do that. I want to share this. This is cool. I don't know if it'll show up right. Yeah, there we go. So went to an event. Being part of the media it's fun because you get invited to stuff. And this was at the local zoo in Tucson. And so they had a media night to preview the Zoo Lights event they were doing before Christmas. And this tiger was changing colors. And so I did an animated GIF with it. It's really cool. I like that. I should make an NFT out of that. Let's see here. Daughter and husband are making the traditional. Okay. So they're making traditional. You're bringing the keto stuff so you can stay on plan. That's really cool. That's great. It's really nice when your family supports you. When I went to Montana, I wasn't sure how that was going to work out with my dad and my stepmom. And turns out they were completely supportive and they thought it was weird that I ate butter for a snack. But they bought me some steaks and I had some eggs. I was on my way there. I stopped at a friend's and she had some farm fresh range eggs. She had chickens, so she gave me a dozen eggs on the way. And so I had fresh eggs and steak and bacon, and it was great. So my folks were completely on board, and it makes a big difference. My son is hosting his first Thanksgiving. So I will have his turkey. He said he's making a keto pumpkin pie. So I will partake in that also. So a cheat, but not a huge cheat. Yeah, that's kind of a good way to do it. Kind of threading the needle. After you guys watch the interview from tonight, it will explain why I don't cheat. Health reasons for me and my husband both. I get that. And remember, Todd was in here last night and he was, going, if you're going to cheat on Thanksgiving, maybe you should re examine your why. And I don't know if it came across as harsh to anyone or not. It did not to me, because I know where Todd's coming from. Todd was, I mean, he almost died from the way he was eating and the way he was, and it made him depressed, and he could hardly move and he could hardly breathe, and I mean he almost died. So for him, I don't think cheating is going to be an option, and that makes sense. It just completely does. Let's see here. Bruce, my wife has informed me in no uncertain terms that I will eat everything on my plate at her parents' house. See, there you go. It's out of your hands, Bruce. You don't even have to worry about it. Just happy wife, happy life. Enjoy your Thanksgiving meal, my friend. Yeah, awesome, Bruce. That's great. They are great. They have loved getting their old mom back since I've become healthier. That is so cool. You know, um, I get that. My son wants me to be healthier. He remembers me when I was in better shape. Um, and plus I don't think he wants me to die. So there's that. Um, and so, yeah, it's not that he's rooting me on though, because I think I've shared with you, he's vegan and I'm carnivore. And I always joke that we're canceling each other out. And I tell him, and whatever you want, if it's working for you, man, more power to you. And he seems to be doing really well on it. So, I don't, he's a very, very smart young man. So I don't preach to him or try to change his mind. He's concerned about my high LDL, and I'm trying to explain to him why that's a good thing. um, yes, it is a good point. Whatever point I made, I guess that it's out of your hands. Is that what you're talking about? Because I mean, really, the decision is made for you, so it's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, it's great, when your kids get to see you getting healthier again and more mobile and happier, no less depressed or not depressed at all. It's like, man, we got our mom back. This is awesome. And that's why we do this. I mean, seriously, that's why, that's it's really weird because we all believe in a conspiracy theory. Most of the doctors, the guidelines, the guidance, the WHO, the CDC, the, all of the AMA, all of them are telling us that, fat's going to kill you and meat's going to kill you. And we don't believe them. You know why? Because we know in this community, hundreds of people that have had the opposite happen. They were dying and now they're thriving. So it's like, we're all conspiracy theorists. I hope you know. Like Dr. Berry said, if you're going to cheat on carnivore, cheat with keto. That's correct. Yeah, do the best you can that way. If you're going to do a bunch of carbs, and this is going to happen to me because I am going to have pumpkin pie, and I'm probably not going to have a little bit. And you know what's going to happen? The day after Thanksgiving, I'm probably going to have leftover pumpkin pie. So that's probably worse. So you know what's going to happen Saturday? I'm going to be in the bathroom probably a lot, and I'm going to have to make the transition back. I'm going to gain water weight, and then I'm going to have to lose it again. It's going to be, it may not be worth it. I'm going to have to think this through. Todd's comment about needing to re-examine your why was a good point. It is a good point. It is a good point. And I made the point last night too, we're all part of Carbaholics Anonymous, really. If we're being honest with ourselves, maybe not everybody, but I think the majority of us, we're carbaholics. We are. And so, Todd's coming from a good place there. Exactly, Bruce. and you'll probably be not feeling too good too. Yep. And get some brain fog back. Yeah, I mean, it's, I'll have to take one for the team. I don't know, man. It's dangerous. And I haven't decided. Obviously, I'm kind of torn. You can tell. What are we procrastinating from tonight? Well, I'm thinking out loud. Should I cheat or should I not? And I think I'm aggravating everybody. I don't know about that. Um, yeah, there we go. Hi, Becky. So that was our current subject. You missed a lot of my photos. I was sharing some photography. Let's see. Are there any pictures I didn't show that I could show Becky? I could show all y'all. Here we go. This is a good one. This is also in Arizona near Pima Canyon Trail. Kind of a more subdued sunset with the iconic saguaro silhouette. So that was a good night. That was nice. I don't know. What do you want to talk about, Becky? We're kind of just goofing off. So whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat, or just talk about something, and my mind will go zing. We'll take it somewhere. Let's see here. Oh, this was kind of a cool shot. I don't know why. That was just taken in a Arizona field and with the thunderhead blowing up. But for some reason, I really like this picture. And I don't know why. It's just kind of an ordinary picture, but I just really like it. Anyway, so yeah, Bruce is having a forced cheat. So in case you missed it, Becky, Bruce's wife told him in no uncertain terms he will eat what's on his plate when they go to her folks for Thanksgiving. That's funny. So that's the beauty of having a wife. Sometimes you don't have to think about it. You know, the choice is made for you. So that's great. Dun, dun, you want to meet my kids? You're gonna like the you want to meet my kids? These are my kids. This is how amazingly blessed I am. You ready? This might be a Thanksgiving picture too. Those are my kids. That's Amber. Oh, it's not showing my cursor. That's Amber, and that's Michael. Amber's my redheaded stepchild, and Michael is my 34-year-old son. Aren't they? They're the greatest looking kids. I don't know how their teeth got so white. Did you get your teeth whitened? I haven't asked him. I don't know. I don't want to know. Anyway, those are my kids. I'm so proud. They're so great. They are the best. Yes, good looking kids. They are. They take after their mom. What's that old joke? It's like, wow, your son's really smart. He must get your brains from you. It's like, well, apparently he did get his brains from me because his mother still has hers. I love that. That's funny. I don't like the word cheat. I don't either. Just decide what you're going to do and eat that day, each day. You're an adult. Suffer whatever consequences you're willing to deal with. Becky, that is truth. That is unadulterated truth, or maybe it's adult truth. And you're absolutely right. So that's what's going to happen, and I'll be fine. And yeah, they are nice looking kids. They're great. Hey, you want to meet my dad? And my brother? This is before I was on keto. I don't know what year that is, 1969 probably. I'm the 6-year-old with his finger in his mouth. My brother's the 5-year-old blonde kid, and that's my dad when he was, I don't know, how old would my dad have been? 28 there, I guess. About 28 years. That's my 28-year-old dad. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm too blessed too blessed to stress. I doubt we would confuse the two, right? Messaged in another sky pic. And great picture. Thank you, Cindy. Where are you sending these messages? Are they on Instagram? Let me see. Where do you message me from to? Oh, here they are. I have to click to see the image. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Let me see. Oh, wow. Was that tonight? Oh, I really like this one. That's really cool. Where are you? Where do you live, Cindy? Do I know that? Should I know that? If I was supposed to know that and I don't know that, forgive me. Let's see, all 28-year-olds look like 40-year-olds back then. Right? I mean, look at the tie. But we had a fancy photographer come over. Of course, everything was black and white then. I still remember the lights. Of course, I was a little kid. They looked so big to me and they were bright. And yeah, so we were dressed up for family pictures. No, where do you live? Oh, Richmond, Kentucky. We were just talking about that near Lexington. Yeah, your last picture looks cool. It looks kind of flatter than I remember Kentucky being, but it was kind of some flat areas. Those are nice. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy, so we're on Facebook together. It's weird. Has this happened to you too? You're on Facebook, and then it's suggesting all these carnivores to be added as friends. That's been happening to me too, and I have two theories about that. Um, the main theory is Zuckerberg is following us all over the web, which is true. And so, you get the little Facebook cookie when you go to Facebook, and then you take the cookie with you all over the internet, and Facebook knows what you're doing. And so when I'm watching your guys' videos or interacting with you on YouTube, then I go back over to Facebook and they're like, oh, he knows these carnivore people. So then it starts suggesting you guys as friends. I think that's true. So yeah, that's happening to Cindy right now. It's crazy. And if your name's Claire and your last name's Voyant, then you already knew this stuff. Let's see. Just trying to kill time. This is me and my co-anchor back many Christmases ago doing the TV thing. Yeah, look at this. It's the algorithm, or as I like to call it, the Al Gore rhythm. Sorry, Mike, got a bail. 4 a.m. Central is going to come pretty early. You're not wrong. I don't blame you, Bruce. Have a great night. Thanks for popping in. I still have work to do tonight too, so I'm not going to stay on here much longer. I mean, we've already been on, where's it telling? Oh, 52 minutes. So that's pretty good. We've just been hanging out. Yeah, I still have to edit the sermon from today and get it posted to YouTube. And good night, Bruce. And put that TV photo back up. All right, hang on. All right. Good night, Bruce. Good night, Cindy. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, Grandpa. Good night, Jim Bob. Sorry. Yeah, that one, Becky. So this was Channel 13, obviously in Lubbock, Texas. That was probably 1997, 96, 98, somewhere in there. Yeah, so I just now got your question. So I was answering it while you were typing it. It was in the 90s. Probably, yeah, I want to say, I bet it was probably 98, 97, somewhere in there. And obviously, so we had some pumpkins, carved pumpkins. So this must have been October sometime. And yeah, let's see. Can I put links in the chat? Is that possible? I probably could. Do you want to see a weather forecast that I did back in the 90s with Adrian as my co-anchor? I hardly saved anything from my TV days, but I do have one weather forecast. I have a few news feature stories that I did, not even news stories, feature stories that I did. I have my bungee jump that I did live in Roswell, and Adrian and I were on one of the national blooper shows. It's pretty funny. So I did save that too. So I have those videos. If you're interested, I'll put a link or two in the comments if you're interested, if you want to see. I kind of liked the weather that I did. I think it was my son. He goes, oh, look at this. You can see all my favorites. Dun, dun, dun. I forgot to take it down. That's me and my brother right there. Link us up. All right, Becky, let me take care of you here. Let me find it. Let's see. Really, I just type in Mike Shaw weather. It should, yeah, it's the first result. It's the quality's not great. And remember, this is before TV was HD. All right. So link us up. So here's the first link. Let me know if it shows up or doesn't show up in the chat. What the heck? There's howling outside. Did you hear that? Last night I thought I heard or early this morning I thought I heard a wild turkey getting killed. I don't know. It was right outside my window. Maybe it escaped. I didn't look to see if there were feathers. And then I've got, this will be the bungee jump. I'll just share these two for now. Okay, we got it. Okay, great, great, great. It's there. Yay. Okay, and then here's the bungee jump. I mean, wait till the live's over and then go watch them. Oh, look at this. It's a Sunday night goof off. All right, welcome from California. How are you doing this evening? We've been goofing off for about an hour. Bruce was here. He had to bail. We've had people coming in and out, but it's been steady 5 or 6 people. So thanks for coming by, Christy. What would you like to talk about? I've been showing off some of my photography and just some of my older pictures. And I just put 2 links in the chat. The first one is one of my weather forecasts from 1990 something, and then the second one is my bungee jump in Roswell in 1993 when I was 30 years old, and it was fun. Cindy, how to go with Anita? I'll watch the replay. We've been talking about that too. And she said, watch the interview. It'll explain why she's not going off plan for Thanksgiving. Hi, Christy. Nice. Did you take the pic behind you in your background? Yeah, I did. Let me show that to you. Oh, I think I can show the animation. That might be better. Yeah, let me get this. So this is the animation of that picture that's behind me. This was last. So I used my Pixel, not your cat, but the Pixel 7 Pro, and it has Astro mode. And what it does is it'll take a 2-second clip, animated clip. And you see that streak going? It's probably just a plane going by. It's a 4-minute exposure, and they stack photos. It's really cool technology. Anyway, I posted on Twitter. Weather Now said, hey, can we use it on the air? And so they did, and they used like a long clip, and they thought it was an asteroid. It was just a plane. But anyway, so I put that all, it's all in one of my YouTube videos. If you go back on my channel when I was covering phones, it's actually one of my most popular videos. It's the Pixel 7 Pro astrophotography video. I think I don't know what it's up to, 5,000 views or something. Let's see here. It was great. Oh yeah, this is oh, look at AI. That's AI me. All right, I'm taking that off. If I can find my cursor, that's too scary. All right, there we go. That's better. I keep forgetting to take that down when I'm scrolling through my pictures. Let's see. Lindy's here. Hey, Lindy. How you doing? Good day. How's tomorrow going? That joke never gets old for me. You will hear it every time. Lindy. Yep. That is your cat Pixel, but the animation did turn out cool. So that's the picture behind me, but that was the animation from it. So the Pixel took that. A lot of my photographs are phone pictures. This is a phone picture. I took this at my church like 3 weeks ago. With the colors behind it, it's kind of cool. Hi, Christy. Hi, Lindy. Hi, Christy. All good here in the future. All right. Tomorrow's looking good, you guys. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see here. Anything else I want to show? I took this in Montana a year ago. That's kind of a backlit flowers. And then you see that barn kind of in the back. I kind of like that shot. Oh, good, Lindy. Thanks for letting us know tomorrow is okay. That joke never gets old. It never does. You're going to hear it every single time. So that was kind of cool. I enjoyed that. It kind of looked better in person, but it turned out good. I don't even know what kind of flowers those are. I'm not sure. They're not snapdragons. But yeah, I like taking pictures. Like I said, God does the hard part. I just aim and shoot. So there you go, Christy. That's me on TV. That was in the 90s. A much younger me, and my beautiful co-star Adrian Tovar. She's great. She's a great friend. I was in her wedding actually. She got married in Paso Robles, where her parents live. Pretty good. Let's see. You missed my kids. I have to show my kids again, you guys. I'm sorry. What? Cool. You knew I was on TV before, right? I tell everyone I used to be on TV. It's like my claim to fame. Old washed up weatherman. Oh, I see. I knew you were on TV, but hadn't seen that before. Yeah. Well, so you saw the links, right? The first link is me doing the weather. Oh, well, here we go. This is there you go. Filling in on the noon show. Oh, you just watched it, Susan? Did you like it? Oh, I guess that's what the applause means. So yeah, that's me filling in on the weather. One of the camera people took this photo for me. So that's kind of cool. And then Adrian and I, so I know this is going to be hard for you to believe. And I was worse when I was younger. So I was the goofy weatherman on the show, and then she was the adult supervision. And so we were getting ready for a shoot, a promo shoot, and we were goofing off before the shoot. And this is the one that, so they actually ended up using this. We were supposed to get our own, but they were going to put this on the side of a bus, and they never did it. I'm over it. Pulled up both links. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, the bungee jump was crazy. That was crazy. Oh, you want to see me with a tan? Here we go. The Storm Team, Texas size Storm Team Weather Lab. Can you see which one's me? It's not too difficult, I don't think. Can you see which one is me? Anybody? In fact, this is me here. And then that way, wait, I always get mixed up. This way, one of those guys is also me. I love it when you said skedaddle and then comment. That was the first time you'd ever said skedaddle. Oh, I should put the comment up. Yeah. I kind of miss that job. It was fun. It was a very fun job. And I was not a meteorologist. I just enjoyed presenting the weather, and I'm kind of still a weather geek. I'm thinking about changing this channel to a weather channel. There's some weather channels out there that are really successful. And I did Tucson weather on Facebook for 9 years. I got up to, I don't know how many thousands of people would come, and I would just write out the forecast in a funny way. We had a thing, it's like, going to be chilly tonight. And then I put in parentheses, chilly, and stupid stuff like that. But people liked it. And I like it. So maybe I'll do that. But I just love this community. So I'm not leaving. But yeah, this is the weather team. I can't use my pointer, but obviously I'm in the front next to Ron. Ron's the one in the black. So that's me next to him in my olive green jacket. And then Limitless Lindy just got an email. So I have a feeling we might see Lindy on a show soon. So that'll be fun. Let's see here. Check this picture out. So this was 2 miles from my apartment in Oro Valley, and obviously it had just snowed. Not quite. Yeah, very 90s. Very nice 90s jacket. It was the 90s. This is Pima Canyon, so you can see kind of the entrance into the canyon from this perspective. Tucson's just beautiful, you guys. I do miss it in a lot of ways. Um, I just don't miss the hot summers, but Tucson's gorgeous, and I had a good life there. It was fun. Um, yeah. So let's see. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? I don't want to just show off all my pictures, although I think I've shown most. I mean, and you came in late, Christy, so you missed some of these. So let me go through these again real quick. So this was storm chasing in Lubbock, Texas, about 2 years ago, springtime. We had a supercell near sundown, and it was after work, so I had time to drive out to it, and so I got this one backlit. Um, Obviously, the sun behind it, so that was pretty fun. And then same storm, a little later in the day. Um, but it did not drop a tornado. It was just waiting for it to. This was obviously around sunset. And I don't know if this next picture you'll be able to see all the storm chasers that were after the storm. This was the only game in town in the country. So storm chasers from all over the country were chasing this storm. And then no, not this one, the next one. So look at this just hanging there, man. And it just never dropped a tornado. I was kind of frustrated, but this was the cool shot. Mamatis at sunset. My goodness. It was cool. And you can see some of the cars here. Oh, my cursor's showing up now. So you can see some of the cars that were here, but I mean, the whole street was lined. So it was neat. Let's see here. Showing off pictures is awesome. That's what I did on Halloween. Ignore trick-or-treaters with me live. Just Becky through the ages. I'm sorry I missed that. I was doing something that night. No, I didn't have Bible study. I don't know what I was doing. I'm sorry I missed that. That would have been cool. Well, folks, been a long day. It's been up since 3 a.m. Got to call it a night. Thank you, Cindy. We'll be checking you on the replay. Got to get your kitchen cleaned. Very good. Do you follow Reed Timmer? Yeah, I do. Reed Timmer and Ryan Hall. Y'all read with what's he call it? I forget what he calls the thing. He's got anchors. It'll anchor him into the concrete. He got a direct hit from a tornado in Nebraska this last spring, and they were getting readings from how much the pressure went down, and it was cool, man. It was cool. I'm like, dude, don't get killed, but he didn't. And it's good TV. And Ryan Hall, y'all, it's funny. The first time I saw Ryan Hall, I didn't like him. The video was too many edits and stuff, and it's just I didn't like his style. And then one night, they were having severe weather in Texas, and I was living in Texas, but it was closer to my son. And he called about something else, and then he was like, "Yeah, I've got Ryan Hall, y'all on." I'm like, "Ryan's doing." He goes, "Yeah, he does live warnings and stuff." So I turned him on. And I was really impressed. Ryan does a great job, and he has the what do they call themselves? The Y'all team or something. They actually help people who've been hurt by tornadoes and other things. Ryan's awesome. So yeah, I do like Ryan. I just had a bad first impression. My husband believes he is a storm chaser. We don't get many storms in Melbourne though. That's awesome. I mean, like the storm I was showing earlier, I mean, it's pretty menacing, and there was a tornado warning in town. And so I found, I mean, to me, it's better to chase tornadoes than to be chased by them. But certainly on a night like that, it was the only storm for hundreds of miles around, very safe environment. You get into some environments and it can be dangerous. You have to be careful. So, all right. Bye, Cindy. I was ignoring you, Becky. Yes, obviously. Not by chance, not by choice. Let's see. No, I don't follow him. You need to. Well, you don't need to. If you love weather, um, Reed has done some great storm chasing, and he went to Buffalo during the blizzards last year. So he was in Buffalo too, and he was actually saving people in Buffalo that were stranded in their cars that would have frozen to death, and he got some of them out. So Reed's awesome, and then so he'll cover all kinds of weather live, and then Ryan Hall, y'all, is mostly in studio doing sort of a traditional tornado warnings, but they have storm chasers out and they take those. It's really good. Dominator, that's the name. Thank you, Becky. So he's got a storm chaser Dominator that he made. It's covered in armor. And then he has these, this is Reed Timmer, and he has these things he can anchor the car to the concrete. So he shoots the mat down into the pavement, and he drove into a tornado, or where a tornado was coming, the Dominator Interceptor, and anchored himself into the pavement and took a direct hit from a tornado. It was a big one, and took a lot of pressure readings and stuff. It was really cool. So if you're into that kind of thing, then those are a couple people to follow on YouTube and Twitter also. I follow a lot of storm chasers on Twitter too. It's a good way to find out what's going on, to find out what's happening. Let's see. Have I shown everything yet? Uh-huh. It's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, I'm probably going to wrap this up. I've got to get some work done still tonight. It's only 9:30. I have an hour. Should be enough. Oh, this is funny. All right. So where I used to work, this was when I had my news talk show in Tucson, and my production guy had a wall full of celebrities, and they were signed pictures and stuff. And my hair was more my hair was getting unruly. And so we took a black and white picture, and this is what it ended up like. And we're just waiting for your reaction. He made me look up like that to trying to match the picture. It's not quite right. My beard wasn't long enough. It's just kind of funny. Alrighty. All right, you guys. Well, I think we've reached the end of the content and the end of the stream. And one of these days, I'm kind of, did you like that? It's pretty funny. He's a really funny guy. Moses or Charleston. Let my people go. Charlton Heston was amazing. I'll go with that. Obviously, I don't compare to Moses. Moses was awesome. He was the meekest man on the earth, the Bible says. And meekness is not what people think. Meekness is power under control. And so, how many times, I think 2, maybe 3, did God said, okay, that's it. I'm done with my people. I'm going to wipe them out, Moses, and I'm going to start over with you. And Moses is like, nope, nope, far be it from you to do that. And so Moses stood in the gap for them. What a cool guy. Dun, dun, dun. One more picture. Let's see. I don't think you guys have seen this. This is me at 22 years old. Anyway. All right. I am going to go get some work done and probably watch a little football. I forgot there's a game on tonight, and it was supposed to be a pretty good one. So I'm going to go watch that. Thanks for hanging out with me. I kind of like doing these impromptu lives. Maybe I'll do more lives. They're easy. There's no editing. You don't have to come up with too many ideas or nothing. So, yep, young Mike, night all. Anyway, enough of me rambling. I'm going to end it here, and you guys have a good night, and we'll probably see you tomorrow. Oh, the Vikings are ahead. Okay. I'll be rooting for the Vikings. Good night, Lindy. Thanks, you guys. See ya. Mhm.